Good morning. It's Friday, August 14th, and we're going to continue our discussion on action and pragmatism with a prompt from the Daily Stoic, which reads, "How will philosophy help steer my course today?" So interestingly, I was just thinking about a variant of this question yesterday, although I also feel like I've beaten a dead horse with exalting the role that philosophy plays in my life. So I won't go there today. I'll get back to it maybe next week. But I found myself thinking about the role that philosophy plays, or will eventually play, in my children's lives. And more specifically, Cole, because he's older and I can have more advanced discussions with him right now. And to be clear, philosophy isn't something that I force feed them. Just like with any adult, I try to make it accessible and answer questions and provide resources when it's appropriate. I prefer to let it speak through actions, but naturally, as a parent, there are many more opportunities for that verbal guidance. So yesterday, as I was working away on my computer at my desk, Cole comes over and checks in, as he periodically does. And as he's chatting with me, he reaches over and he picks up a medallion that I keep on my desk next to my monitor. And he asks, "Appa, will you tell me what this means again?" So this isn't a conversation that you want to have with a 6-year-old, but he knows our relationship. His naturally inquisitive brain peppers me with questions all day long. And I give him very straightforward answers, even if I think the explanation is immediately too complex for him. I know that he will take the information away and continue to process it and ask questions until he gets it. So back to the coin. I explained to him that Memento Mori is Latin for remember that we are mortal. It is inevitable that we will die. He's read enough Greek mythology to understand the reference to mortals, and so he nods and he asks, "And the symbols? What do they represent?" To which I answer, "The tulip represents life, the skull represents death, and the hourglass represents time. These are the 3 essentials of existence, according to the Stoics." And he pauses and then says, "So the timer is showing how much of life we have left, right?" I feel myself tense up inside, unsure of how to progress the conversation. So I simply respond, "Yes, that's correct." Fortunately, he flips the medallion over and he says, "And what does this mean? You could leave life right now." And I explained to him that it's the first half of a sentence that Marcus Aurelius wrote. And by now, he probably has heard enough of Marcus Aurelius that he thinks of him as some long-lost uncle that he's never met but has heard all about. And so I say that it's short for, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. It's a reminder to live each day to the fullest and to make the right decisions, because we don't know how much time we're gifted on this earth. It's a celebration and an appreciation of life, but a reminder not to waste it. He smiles and he accepts the explanation. And then he asks, "Appa, can I take this with me right now?" I nod. I can tell that he wants to process it still. So off he runs, coin in hand, as he digests what we've just discussed. And that's just one example of many. So naturally, I do wonder, what role will philosophy play in his life as he gets older? I mean, no one explained to me the concept of Memento Mori until I was 37 years old. But if I think back to one of my favorite quotes from Seneca, I can only see upside potential for him. As Seneca writes, "Philosophy molds and builds the personality, orders one's life, regulates one's conduct, shows one what one should do and what one should leave undone, sits at the helm, steering our course as one is tossed about in the perilous seas." I mean, isn't that the objective of parenting? Aren't those the foundational considerations that we're trying to help our children establish in their own lives? Aren't we working to equip them with all the tools necessary for living a good life, for navigating uncertainty and fear, and for standing for something? Yeah, I mean, that's the way that I look at it. And if that just means that Cole and Harlow have some ancient uncles like Seneca and Marcus and Epictetus providing bits of guidance and wisdom here and there, then so much the better for them. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.